see, we're paying them for their alternative rate analysis.
Yeah,
$29.
that, well, I actually had that on to discuss, but we can go ahead and talk about it. As you can see, I think I put a copy of it in your packet.
Mhm.
And it ended up being, I think you all said that we could suspend 2,000, is that what you said, Paul? And then you looked that
I
up?
tried to look it up and I never could find it.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
I thought you said something. But the bill actually came out to be a little more than that.
29.
Yeah, well, quite a bit more than that. So, just wanted to,
We really need Tom for this because he handled all that.
So you wanna table it to next month's meeting?
I gotta pay it. It was due,
Well,
so,
you gotta pay it,
I
you
mean,
gotta pay
I
it.
gotta pay it, but
I mean, I think that if something was wrong, Kentucky Rural Water would reimburse us for that. Don't you think?
but I held off the check, mailing the check, I just wanted to make sure it was okay with you all.
Yeah, should go ahead and pay it.
Okay.
That seems crazy with, you know, when he represented that to us, it is real easy to make these changes, just plug and play.
Well, but this is something different than that, so the cost of service study, we had asked them to run, because our last rate increase, PSC had mentioned it. When was the last time you had done your cost of service study? Why we need Tom here is, I don't remember exactly what they said that they weren't gonna continue the cost of service study because they could tell we didn't need a rate increase, something along those lines. So, we really need Tom, cause Tom kinda dealt with them on all that, so I do not remember.
So this isn't running the variable scenarios that.
No, this
the
is,
cost of service, yeah.
this is
Yeah,
something,
okay.
this is something different.
But did he give an explanation why this is more?
We have,
This is something different than what.
Yeah,
I
I think we're talking about two different things.
Okay.
separate from Bob Miller.
Yeah.
The other was
Yeah.
around 2,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what.
To read,
And did we approve to do that?
Okay, maybe I'm wrong.
No, well,
I think he's wrong about that. The description on what they put on there was for the project alternatives analysis.
Mhm. That's what I'm seeing, rate studies,
Okay,
project
then
alternatives.
yeah, then I guess, then I'm wrong. I guess it's just our last installment of that.
So-
Because I have not we haven't got an alternate yet. I have not heard back from them about why it cost $2,500, so that cost right there is, I guess, the last.
so
part of
this
Bob
is the
Miller's
final
report.
Bob Miller?
Oh, so it wasn't something that we had them go back and do?
No,
Oh, okay, I wasn't
Well,
sure.
if it's part of Bob Miller's study, then
Well,
we just
yeah.
need to pay it.
Okay,
Why don't we call them, find out exactly what that is, cause,
well, this is the problem. Since Bob went to the state, I can't think of who the new person is that I'm dealing with. I cannot think of his name, but he's not quite as attentive as Bob Miller was. It's not calling when he answers, or like, if I email him, it's usually a week or a week and a half. If you call him, maybe it's 2 weeks, like he's not very, responsive.
well, if they don't get a check, they might be a little
they
bit more
might
Well, that's
be
responsive.
very true
responsive,
too.
yeah.
That's very true.
Well, if you call him and say, we have a question before we mail this check out on this statement, we'd like to know exactly what it has to deal
So-
with.
Okay, so this is separate. I have yet to hear back from him on what we talked about. What was that, 2 weeks ago? That to change
The fish.
the report. I have yet to hear back from them about that.
Well, did they send you something to tell you it was gonna be 2,500?
Yeah, 2,500 and then.
And then
and
Brian recommended
said to ask them why, or offer them 2,000.
Offer them 1,500.
Or 1,500.
Tell them he can only do 1,500.
So I haven't gotten that call back from when I called to tell them about that. So when they call back, I can question them about this.
Well, you might even call them again and say, I've got another question about a statement we got, we
Yeah.
can't mail the check out until we know what it is.
Okay, that's fine. I don't mind to do
I mean,
that.
we're all,
But-
if we all don't get paid, we'll do whatever it'll take to get paid, so
Right.
when you pay them, you ain't gonna hear nothing from
That's
them.
very true. Yeah, I messed that up, Amy. I thought that was something else. I don't know why I thought that.
But we'll authorize payment so Amy can make the check out if it's proper.
Yes, that's the key word.
Any other questions on the warrants?
I move we accept the warrants as presented.
Bill makes a motion that we accept the warrants, pay the bills. Is there a second? Roger seconds it. Any other discussion on the warrant? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All those in favor, raise your hand. Opposed, like sign, motion carries. Mr. Neighbor's report. I can fill in a few, or Paul and I can maybe fill in a few of these. We had a meeting at the pre-trial meeting at the courthouse yesterday with Judge Leslie Knight. And it was a 3-hour useless meeting.
Was this regarding Garrison?
Because of the Garrison, the dam thing. The only thing come out of it is apparently the city has agreed that they're not gonna seek restitution for any damages that they assume there. They made the statement again that, the road was causing a problem on the dam, but they've yet to give us a report stating that it has done so. And, they both said, the lawyer for the Garrison said that his client is intentionally blocking the easement so that we don't tear up their driveway. And the city said if they get control of the dam, they're gonna block the easement going over the dam, so I guess we'll have to fly into the, and Judge Knight told them, said, well, you know, blocking an easement is against the law. So, those are the only things that really came out of
So
that.
then what do you do?
Well, I talked to Tom this morning about that, and of course, the actual court case doesn't come up until December. And in that case, he's gonna send a letter to the attorneys handling it for us, the insurance attorneys, and make sure they get something in the final on there that states that they cannot block the easements. If they found to be blocking the easements, they can be fined. And certain restitutions that we can go after, and make sure it's in that easement so that if the property gets sold, it also goes against the people that own that, would buy that house.
Okay.
So does that mean we have to rewrite the easement then?
No, that's to sustain the easements we currently,
Right.
all the easements.
But there's no penalty to blocking it or anything right now, right?
Well, there would be a penalty for blocking it, but we would have to sue them. It would be a whole nother court case, legal fees and everything. If we, from what Tom said, if we get this judgment made in this settlement, then all we have to do is go to court and have the judgment enforced.
So we might get something good out of this thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
so, you got anything, that's the only thing I know to come out of it. Paul and I just sat back there and shook our heads.
Yeah, that's,
But one thing that we found interesting was that they asked, why we use that easement, or what was the lake used for, and Mr. Whaley said, well, they draw water out of it for Fullerton water. And the attorney says, no, they don't. They didn't, neither the city attorney nor the Garrison's attorney recognized that the reason we go down there, or made the statement, the reason we go down there is for the sewer
yeah,
pumps. It has nothing to do with water.
yeah.
So it makes me think that the lawyers don't even have a clue what's going on.
Well, that'd be a pretty good indication.
So I
Some
mean,
lawyers do, but
they're trying to cover this and they don't even have a clue who's suing or
the
what's
city
going on.
attorney in Whaley, of course, I'm not gonna say it, they might get me in trouble, but Whaley, none of them really have dug into it to understand, what goes on. Whaley should know that that's sewer down there, But he's the one that says, oh, that's a pump for drawing water out of the lake.
And it was in the paperwork a year ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was not Bolton County Water District.
I mean, this,
sewer.
it doesn't make any difference, but the city has to know that that's a sewer pump station. They have to.
The
They
city
put-
does,
They
but
put it in,
the city does, but apparently their attorney doesn't.
yeah.
Water treatment plant status, if the engineer was here, we'd go on that. We were gonna have a meeting with, a Zoom meeting with Gerald Wutcher and them, but that got canceled because of Tom's meeting and we had to move it, something else come up, we had to move it. So we haven't had that meeting, that was to discuss some more options with them about what to do with the KIA loan and all of that, so that's gotta be rescheduled. Paul and Tom and I were gonna meet with them.
Mhm.
PSC order,
I don't,
It was on his last,
I think it's just a response. that
Did anybody talk to
was
them?
submitted.
When we went to that meeting up in Northern Kentucky, that's what Tom's like, oh, get up with them and talk to them, and she didn't seem too friendly, so I was hoping you all did.
No.
No,
no,
no, I didn't talk to her.
Yeah.
and then there's nothing on Katy Drive that I'm aware of.
I'm sure that Katy Drive is the same as it's been
Yeah.
for 2 years.
We're still waiting on the
Still waiting on an easement.
easement. So that should, unless you have any questions, that's about all I know on Tom's report. Engineering report, apparently nothing was needed there.
I seen Benton this week, I don't know, like a couple weeks ago, I guess he came up here to see you.
Yeah, he was here a few Fridays ago.
How's he doing?
He says, I mean, he's okay, but he stood back there in my office when he first got here and basically said he had 12 to 18 months to live, and like,
Wow.
he seemed like at peace with it, but
he was very matter of fact about it.
Amy was crying, it was a mess.
He's got a sock cap that goes on, and I guess it shoots electrical charges.
Well,
so
he's
they-
got a tube that's running
Yeah.
out of his,
Undrained.
I mean, he
Yeah.
looked terrible.
Yeah, he was shaving, I didn't recognize him.
Yeah, he looked terrible.
Hmm.
He came and looked at the sewer plant, and we were down there for, I don't know, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, and the other engineer that was with him said, hey, can we speed this along? Benton's getting tired, so. But I mean, he was same old Benton, he just tired, and
It's sad.
yeah, it was sad.
Have they, well, that's sewer, so we'll worry about that later. Okay, that gets us to your report, Paul.
Well, I'll try to be as long-winded as Tom.
You never made it.
Well, then take a step by
You have
step.
5 minutes.
How did the centimeter on Kenny Road go?
Okay.
Next slide.
Supervisors' reports are in your packets, a lot of meters and leaks in there. Lake Road has been a fiasco. Lake Road is a small side road on Williamstown Lake. And the water line was put in 1977 is what my plans show. So yeah, there is a map in your packets that shows, it's got my hand-drawn where the water line is.
What's Lake Road off of?
Lake Road is off of Day Road.
Oh, it's out Knoxville Road.
Yeah.
Oh, it's that one down over at Hillside and all that stuff, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So, initially, this line, one guy bought all these properties that are in this kind of V shape down here. So, he did not want this water line moved to run through the middle of his property. Well, I can't find an easement for it. If there's an easement for it, it doesn't exist. I don't know. So I told him that we would potentially just put a 90 at the edge of his property and come down the property line and tie back into Cash Drive below it. Now, when we spoke about this, what I had always been told and what I assumed was that that was how Cash Drive was supplied water. So, after some digging and some exploring, Cash Drive has also supplied water on the other end. So I would propose that we just cut it off at his property line and cap it and put a blow-off hydrant, if that sounds reasonable to you guys.
It'd be the easiest and cheapest one.
It would be, yes,
Yeah.
and,
If we don't have time to Lake Road, or the Cash Drive,
yeah, originally I thought we would have to tie into Cash Drive, but I sent a couple guys up there and they dug, and then this guy hit it 2 or 3 times, so we got a pretty good understanding of what's going on up there now.
So where does Lake Drive, does it dead end to a hydrant or?
So Lake Road right now, it goes through the middle of this property and it ties back into Cash Drive. And I was always told that that was the whole, this right here is my hand-drawn water line. And this was how it got water. Was it come down here, because Cash Drive wasn't tied in anywhere else. But at some point, they've tied it in to Day Road.
so Lake Road's fed off of Day Road,
Yep,
And
and
Cash,
Cash Drive is fed off of Day Road.
yes, cross-country lines, but yes.
So probably they tied Lake Road into that so that we'd have access in case something happened.
What I think happened is Lake Road, see, this lady developed all this property on Cash Drive and Lake Road. It was one woman, her name was Winnie McGee, and she developed it all in the 50s. So I would say in the 70s, when they were bringing water down there, that was probably the cheapest, easiest way to get it to Cash Drive, because they picked up a bunch of customers by getting it to Cash Drive. Then I would say later, there was probably an extension on Day Road where it goes to gravel, and there's all those houses down through there now. And I would say that when they extended that, they just went ahead, cause it's not very far, they just went ahead and tied into the backside of Cash Drive. Is what I would say happened, but
So
this is. what was
Cash Drive
going
is
on.
tied into Day Road, Cash Drive circles off of Day Road and back to Day Road?
So it's, I wish I had a map.
Well, that's all right.
All those, yes, Day Road is the main road, and then Lake Drive comes off of it.
yeah, those are all little fingers. and-
Yeah, but there's like a million roads out there off of Day Road.
Which they're trying to get straightened out, but yeah. Well, at least they might lower their insurance on a fire hydrant now.
Well, they'll have a blow off, yeah, but I think it's better than trying to relay that line, because it's really.
What size line is that on Lake
Four.
Drive?
4 inch.
Just 4 inch?
And that's rock country.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of rock.
Yeah, it sounds to me like the best option for us is to vacate that line.
Yeah.
All right, Tom Jr., moving on.
All right.
I didn't nobody pick on all that.
Let me find my list. Good grief.
Heartland Meadows.
Heartland Meadows. Heartland Meadows is the development on Warsaw.
Oh, yeah, they got lots for rent now, for sale.
They do not have lots for sale, they sold them
Are you kidding me?
all. 1/8 acre lots, 65,000 per lot, and they're sold out. Logan will be starting phase 2.
Gee whiz.
So, the big issue that I have with Heartland Meadows right now, and I don't understand this problem, but they are evidently throwing a fit. They don't wanna set the meters in the subdivision. They don't think they should have to set the meters. They think that we should wait for people to build homes and then they call and set the meters.
That's not the way it works.
Well, and that's what I said, so I pulled the specs, our standard specs, and read it, and it says, that we supply the parts and they set the meters. Plain and simple.
We did that years ago to keep from having to, because when I did my subdivision, the thing was, is we had to put the setters and everything in, and then when somebody hooked up, the water district reimbursed us.
Yep.
But that meant we had to keep a record of who we, so we decided
Well,
to change that so that we would furnish the parts, they put them in, and then we don't have to reimburse them anything.
so the foreman on the job, he was all on board to set meters, he was ready to go. And he put big parts order in, and then his boss called him and told him to cancel that they weren't setting the meters.
How instructions.
So he calls me. I said, well, I'm pretty sure he's wrong, but let me look at some stuff. So I look it all up. Okay, we gotta buy the parts. So I call the guy back. And I said, it says we buy the parts. I said, if you don't feel comfortable doing this, it's okay. But if you don't mind, call your supplier, tell them you want the order reinstated, and just bill it to Bullock Finn. I said, we deal with them all the time. They can bill it right to us. He said, okay. He called me the next day. And he said, whatever the big boss's name is, wants to meet
Jimmy.
with you to talk this out. And I said, okay. And, we were supposed to meet Friday, and I had something personal come up, and I couldn't go. So I called the foreman Monday, and I said, will you just give me the big boss's number, and so we can get you out of the middle, and me and him can set this meeting up? And he said, no, I won't give you the number, but I'll give him your number. Okay, and I haven't heard from him yet, so that's where we stand. So we're not setting those meters, they can set those meters, that's the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Well, he wants to give a bid on the water treatment plant because that's what they do for a living.
Well, I don't know what I mean, I pulled out the plans and it shows the details for how to set a meter, so I don't know what the confusion is, but that's kinda where we stand.
And the Hollins is the other one, is the other
Yes.
partner on that thing, so they think they own Green County.
Yeah.
So stick to your guns.
Well, that's
I
the
mean,
way it's set up.
it's
That's-
in black and
that's
white.
our-
I don't really know what the argument is about it.
Well, if they don't set the meter, they're not gonna put in the crossovers or anything like that. We'd have to bore every time we go under the road to get to
That's right.
a lot on the other side.
No.
I mean, they're there, and even if, that's how it is, that's how it's supposed to be. That's how it's set up, they can set the meters.
I guarantee you, they don't get by, if they're doing underground electric, they won't get by that on the underground electric.
Right. So whenever I have a meeting with him, I'll let you know, but I don't really know what the argument's gonna be.
How many lots did you say that is?
I think there's 80 something in the first phase,
Wow.
I think.
That was 146 altogether, right, or something like that?
Logan told me the other day that now the plan is for it to be 400.
Oh,
It's gonna be Georgetown.
400 lots is what Logan told me the other day.
so you go back here and connect to Drivers Mountain Zion?
Logan said that they're on him to start phase 2 of it, cause they sold all the lots, so they're raring to go. But he said that they wanted to be 400 lots. That's,
I'd see the sewer plant y'all put in there.
yeah,
That's city of Drivers, right?
yeah, but it goes to Williamstown.
Oh, okay.
I told y'all what they got for setting the meter up there in Ohio, those people I know. They dug it and where the line was, about from here to the wall, $5,000.
The city of Williamstown gets about $4,000 for a 3/4 inch meter set,
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody told me they were 6,500 for a hookup.
and they might be now,
Yeah. Timmy was bragging about how he raised it up there.
yeah.
If they can do that, they don't have the public service commission.
Yeah.
Well, I know,
We'd have to have that approved with the ESC.
I know, we're missing out on the first 400 lots, so I'm putting a pencil with that.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
D on here looks
Look
just
what we're,
dreaded.
look what we're missing out on here right now.
But see, the city of Williamstown has something in their meter contracts, it's like I don't know what the technical name is, but it's basically you're paying for use of the water treatment and things like that, is why it's so expensive. So every customer pays for a percentage of the treatment, is how they have that figured.
See, it's my understanding, the PSC will only let us bill what the actual cost is
What's
of
it
boring the
costing
road,
us?
what,
What it's costing us more or
Yeah.
less. So even at that, like we're making money on like 6 4-inch meter sets, but on a 12-inch meter set, we're probably breaking even or probably losing a little bit, I would say. Because they don't even average them out, this last time, it was just we've got some ridiculous number now for a
Well,
meter
it-
set.
usually you had a rate if you had to go under a road, or a rate if you had to, if it was, the water line was on the right,
Yeah,
on the same side as you are. But now everybody has to be charged the same, they average it out.
But what about the water towers?
water towers, divisional water is, it's not regulated, but I've had two different inspectors ask me about water tower inspections. And they're talking inside the tanks, so they bring those little remote controlled submarines, for lack of a better term. We haven't done that in years. And I'm pretty sure that HMB set us up with somebody last time, but does anybody here remember that to be the case? It's probably been, I don't know,
No, because the only thing I ever remember is when we have one painted, or
they handle that.
they come in and inspect it.
So I guess my question is it okay, it's gonna be expensive, I would have to think, but maybe do half of them this year and half of them next year,
Who's pushing for us to do it?
divisional water. Divisional water.
They just like to make us spend money, I tell you.
Which, I mean, there's good things to it, I just,
Well, we just had the one out on 36 painted and that, so it shouldn't need inspected.
I honestly would say that 491 probably needs inspected, because Verona was just painted too. I would say 491, Sherman, and Mount Zion this year, and Crittenden, and,
Yeah, this one was painted not that many years ago.
yeah, you're right, it wasn't that long ago.
Are you thinking $1,500 expensive or $15,000 expensive?
I would hope it's not $15,000, but I honestly have no idea.
You said 491 Sherman?
Sherman and Mount Zion are probably the ones that haven't been touched in a while.
So you're gonna check and see about what 3M would cost and bring it back to the next meeting?
Yeah, I'll try. Sometimes.
Trying to get some
prices
idea of what it
float.
would cost
Yeah,
I
anyway.
will. And the other thing on water towers is the ladder is broke at the Sherman Tower, so that's gonna have to be fixed too. I can bubble gum something up, but I do not wanna drag a welding lead up the tower and then weld it and somebody stand
I
on it.
don't think that's something we need to do. I think that needs to be a professional do that.
I'm gonna have to have it repaired, I'm sure it'll be expensive too.
Gotta do what you gotta do on
I
that.
mean, Red Green would use duct tape and you'd be done with it.
Right.
Just send Gary up it,
Yeah.
he's expendable. You can tell him I said that.
And then the city of Williamstown contract, evidently our contract has expired with them. My stance on it kinda is we're not gonna stop buying water from them tomorrow, like, we're not gonna valve it off, it's not urgent. But I think the mayor is a little nervous, so he wants to have a meeting. So if it's okay with you all, I'm gonna go have a meeting and see if he's wanting to just continue it, if he wants something changed, and then I'll bring it back to the next
He's
meeting.
definitely wanted to change.
I'm thinking so too, but I'll kinda get the lay of the land and I'll bring that to the next meeting.
Yeah, he's definitely wanted to change.
Who's the
So you
mayor?
do something with them?
Well, we got a
Like
new one that
unsafe
came in there,
years,
the other
so-
one got in a bunch of trouble,
So
so.
our actual
So y'all-
contract expired in
That's
January.
kind of a pattern there.
So
Yeah,
they-
they're,
Do you know his name, the new mayor?
It's Dave Henson.
yeah.
Dave Henson.
Okay, so we had an agreement with them that there was like 4 years that they could raise our rates every year. This was a deal when they had to change the rates they were selling to Dry Ridge, cause they were
Right.
really nailing Dry Ridge.
Right,
But then after that, we were supposed to get the same number of years with no rate increase.
yep.
And I don't know if that's been 8 years ago that was done, or what.
Probably so. I pulled the contract, way before that.
Before that.
I pulled the contract and the contract says that the agreement expires January 1st, 2026.
Okay, the agreement on the 4 and 4, or 5 and
Yeah, it was
5,
on
whatever it was,
before
that was
that.
a side agreement.
Yep, so I will find that side
Cause
agreement.
if they wanna renegotiate the agreement, we'll have to set up a meeting and,
Yeah, it'll be a whole thing, I know.
yeah.
So I'll see what their feelings are, and I'll just bring it back to the next meeting.
Cause any agreement we make with them will end up going before the Public Service Commission.
Right, and it'll have to be voted on anyway,
Yeah.
so, yes. That's all I got.
I got one for you.
What you got?
Warsaw Road, John Kells.
Okay.
He said that you were supposed to put a water meter in April 15th, and he's gotta have it done by something other, they were gonna move in or something other.
We did not give him a date. I can tell you that.
I'll tell you what it was, I got this long lengthy message here. I asked for my water main to be installed 5 weeks ago, I still can't get any answer on how long it will be. I can find anyone that has to wait this long and their main installed to find out, I am getting ready close to finish this, it's supposed to move in June 1st.
Well, I'm not being mean, but they're setting meters as fast as they can set meters, cause they've got leaks this time of year too. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's on
And
the
that's
list.
why we don't give a time period.
He's on the list, but the way that we handle that is we're working off meters and we're going off of the day that they were signed up. Now, if you signed up a month after me, but we're next door neighbors, yeah, we're probably gonna set both those meters while we're there. But if we have 5 leaks that pop up, then all those 5 leaks take precedence above those meters.
And weather.
And, yeah, and
You can't go
it
dig
hasn't
in
rained all
somebody's
spring
yard.
and now it's starting.
Do you see it anytime in the future or anything? or-
Oh, yes, I mean, it's on Warsaw Road.
Yeah. I'm thinking it's out by 5 Run.
I mean, yes, it'll be.
Melissa would be the best person to talk to.
It'll be
Melissa
in the
knows.
very near future. See, the other thing is too, is that's a state road, so we gotta wait on a state highway permit to dig on a state road.
So I just put a blame on this, waiting on a state highway permit.
Yeah,
That's not
you
okay.
can say that, you can say that, and you can say that we're backed up.
Call
but
Jim Keith and County, or Steve on, he's what's screwing us up.
We will get to him as quick, they will get to him as quick as
Is
they
this
can.
John Kells that graduated? from
Yes, yes. That's Kelsey, yeah.
The Lions man?
Yeah, when she beat the golf pro Triple Crown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then one more thing, actually forgot, but this truck that's sitting out here, I need to put it up for bid, so I will just set it up for the bids to be due by noon or our next board meeting.
Okay.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, speaking of that, have you ever fixed the dirt pile back there, the washout and everything? If you get some dirt, they just keep getting on me about it.
Okay, we can do that. I
What
honestly
board's
forgot
out
about
there?
that.
I guess this bar, all the stuff coming off the building, it's going down in holler and washed out between here and the church. And I guess it's up to waist high or something like that.
Okay, whenever we have dirt from somewhere, we dump back there, but I honestly forgot about that, so I'll take a look at it.
You might wanna get some
We'll do something.
broke up concrete or something to put in there,
Yeah,
keep it from washing back out.
we'll take care of it this summer.
Oh, speaking of that too, I'm thinking, what's the biggest water line we put in?
Like Maine,
Yeah.
the biggest one we have is a 12-inch.
Do we backfill them with sand or anything, or do we?
If it's bad dirt, then we do, but in the past, if we're in good ground, we just backfill them, because to be honest with you, I know that, sand is a good thing, but if you have to go back in there with sand, it's miserable.
Well, do we put tracers on them? Because if you're going out there, they do a terrible job marking those things. At least if you hit sand, you know you're getting close to that water line.
Yeah, there's tracers on them.
I'm telling you, the 2 foot from Williamstown does not have one going for the wrong thing, and
Right.
they didn't put no sand, and they're like, oh, nobody does that anymore.
No, there's not a lot of sand that goes on them anymore, cause it's so terrible.
Expensive.
It's so terrible when you dig it
Expensive,
back up. Yeah, it's expensive.
But if you have a leak, it's hard to keep it out of the pipe and.
But everything since, and your banks are wanting to cave in on you all the time, like, it's terrible. Anything put in post, probably 2000, has tracer wire and Barry water line tape on it.
What about the one out there by Charles Gibbon? That all taken care of, that rock and,
Yeah, you replaced the one at Carla Court.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's been replaced.
That's all
is
finished.
it backfilled with sand or is it?
Yes, it's backfilled, not in sand, but it was meticulously backfilled.
Okay, that's what I wanted to hear.
Yeah,
No more problems there.
no, hopefully. Which I guess he wants another cleanup done on his yard. You brought something else up, Brian. What is our stance on that? If we clean the yard up, I mean, I guess we have to go back until they're happy, correct? Or is there a stopping point to that?
How many times you been back there for
I have
that?
not been back yet, but see, when we put the line in, we went ahead and backfilled, packed it down, hauled dirt in, and seeded it in straw, because that was what he wanted. But obviously, it's settled over the winter time, so yeah, we could take some more topsoil in there. But I've fixed leaks in this guy's yard before, and we've been back to do 3 or 4 cleanups. So what's your expectation for the stopping point on that to be?
But how many times you been out there and fixed that water line?
It should be like it was before we disturbed it.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it should be better than what it was before
Yeah,
you
at
started.
least it's good, yeah, it's settled, and we should go back and.
Okay.
But again, I know where you're going at. Some of these people will keep going and going and going. I mean, you know,
I mean, this has been years ago, but I've been to a cleanup before and the homeowner come out, this was our 3rd or 4th time. The homeowner come out and tell us we're not getting any equipment in our yard. Wanted our yard cleaned up, didn't want any equipment in our yard.
you gotta have one to get in there, yeah.
So like some of it, I'm just saying, it gets out of control sometimes.
Yeah. Let's see.
That's why we got you as a supervisor, you make the big bucks.
That's it, okay. As long as we're on the same page, that's fine.
What would Paul do?
Okay, anything else, Paul?
No, I don't think so, nothing else.
Alright, that gets us to Amy and Ashley.
We got another contract.
Well, this was brought up last month about the city of Dry Ridge, so I didn't know Tom wasn't gonna be here, so that's kind of in his court. I need him to write up that contract
To where we
for the,
shut the water off if they don't get a sewer paid, is that the contract you're looking at, or?
well, I don't think that's by road or anything like that. I just think public service has already killed that horse, but they want a contract that says that we will provide them with the readings. And I don't think we have a contract with them for that. Tom thought we did, but
I thought we did too, because that was at the same time, about the same time that they initiated the,
it was handled by a letter.
City tax.
I remember writing the letter for
because
it.
originally, we proposed that we wouldn't charge them because we had a minimal number of lines that we had to give them
Mhm.
information on. Basically, 2 subdivisions on 25. And they wouldn't charge us because we don't work in the Dry Ridge city limits very often, because we don't have water lines in the city limits.
Yeah, they nixed that.
They nixed that, so, yeah, we probably do need a contract that states what we charge them for,
Yeah.
cause it's what, $1 per meter?
And we do not have, Megan said that she does not have a contract. And it was my understanding it was done by letter,
That could be,
so,
cause I talked to Greg
right.
about it, and he thought that that would be agreeable, and then I guess their
And then
council
it just kind
decided
of went to the wayside, I
Yeah.
think, yeah.
that that'd be too much.
So I'll send, I've got another thing I need to email Tom about, so I guess when he gets back from vacation, I'll just set myself.
Yeah, he's only gonna be
reminder
back a week, and then he's leaving the 3rd of June and won't be back to the 13th.
For 2 weeks,
Yeah, and I'll be gone from the 6th to the 13th.
okay. Okay.
And we're not going on vacation together.
Yeah, right.
I think we are going to about the same place, Florida.
Yeah, that's all I have. Ashley's got the rest.
You know how city radio?
Oh, I do have the CD renewal. We've got one that is up for renewal. And she said that it would be, to renew it would be 3.55%
Just give
for
her a
5 months.
Oh, that's a 5-month rate?
Yeah. So, just wanna make sure
We need a
that's better
motion,
than what we're getting in the,
we need a
in the
motion
account,
authorizing
so,
the renewal of the CD. Is that, I guess that's with Fort Bank?
yes.
Okay, Roger makes a motion, is there a second?
That's it.
Brian seconds it, any other discussion?
Do these automatically come to us when they do it, or do they roll?
They send you a notice and then you just can roll them over. You got 10 days to make a decision, either roll it over or cash it.
Okay. And do we need to, like, from now on, these things, just let her handle and let them roll over, or? So
They probably ought to come before the board every time.
Didn't we change it recently where you could go ahead and do that
Yeah,
without
yeah.
monitoring?
She said as long as they've got a good promotion going, that's kind of what she's doing, but I just like to keep you guys informed about it and
Okay, I just,
make
Yeah.
sure
I mean,
I get approval to do it.
if one comes due and we don't have a meeting within that 10-day
Yeah.
period where it can be approved, we could approve that over by email or
Per email.
text message or something, by email.
I just don't like it being in the minutes, cause it shows it's always rolling over CDs. And
Like we
everybody-
have
Well, but
more,
it's-
like more, we have more money than
It looks like we
have.
got more money, oh, they put this money, they're turning over to CD, oh, they did this one.
But it's in your financial statement.
Well, it's true,
Yeah.
but if somebody's going over our minutes, it's gonna show it on there, oh, they're constantly redoing CDs, they put money in that thing.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah, rather be the other,
Yeah,
than
we
be
did.
the other way.
Spend money inspecting the water towers and,
Yeah.
I mean, it can run in big money quick.
Well, we'll put it in there when we cash those CDs, pay a bill.
They don't pay attention to that.
Okay, we got a motion made, a second. All those in favor, raise your hand. Any opposed, with like sign, the motion carries. Okay, now it's Ashley's turn.
Yes, our, medical insurance renewal came in last week. I have a sheet in your packet. The current, it says KLC at the top of the left-hand corner. It shows our current plan and then the renewal plan, which is the exact same plan. You know, a couple years ago, we used to have to pick a new plan every single year, different things would change, we would have to get mapped to, you know, look at other carriers. And one of the, things we hope to accomplish by moving our medical to KLC, which is a, you know, much larger pool than we could have ever been in by ourselves, is to have more consistent renewals, and I can tell you that that's what's happened since then, so that's great. Paul and I had Deborah budget 8% for our renewal, so I was pretty happy with the 9%. The only way that we really could, I mean, they gave us other options, anywhere from spending way more to spending way less. Our plan is kind of, it's still a very good plan. It's not the top tier, but it's also like kind of the opposite of a high deductible health plan, you know, things like that that people kind of typically want to stay away from. So it's my recommendation and Paul's recommendation that we kind of take this and run with it, if that is okay with you guys. At the bottom down there, it shows you how many people we have on each of the coverages, or levels of coverage, and then that gives you a monthly amount on how much our bill is currently, and then what it would look like to be after the renewal processes, and this would be effective 7/1. So their deductible runs 7/1 to 6/30. So in addition to that, you know, we have the health reimbursement arrangement that helps employees pay part of the deductible. So just to remind you that on that, if you are single under the plan, your deductible is $1,500. You have to be out a full $750 of deductible expenses yourself, and then Bullock Penn will pay up to an additional $750 to meet that $1,500. So essentially, we're funding the deductible at 60%. On the family level coverage, the 3,000, it works the same way, except it's 4 different buckets. They're out $750, then Bullock Penn $750. They're out $750. Bullock Penn's out $750. Right now, I had Deborah pull a usage. We've had about a little over $1,000 paid out of the HRA right now, which is not that much, but usually people will claim on that towards the end of the year, you know, till 6:30 they have for claims to run out and everything after that. So, the most I think that we've spent on a HRA plan year is a little over $5,000. We put in $12,000 for the budget just to be, safe. So I would also suggest that we continue to use the HRA, to help with that, bringing that cost down. We're essentially just buying down the cost of our plan by being able to offer that. And then if our employees don't need it, you know, it can sit there for the next year if people need it again.
It doesn't accumulate.
It doesn't accumulate, no.
And what company is this with?
It's with Sharp Snyder currently.
The insurance company?
Huh?
The insurance company, is it Anthem, Humana?
Oh, the plan is with Anthem through KLC, yes, sorry. The HRA is with Sharp Snyder, they're the third party administrator for that and our flexible spending account. I gotten a quote from one other third party administrator because frankly I can't stand Sharp Snyder. So I would really like to move our HRA. I'd really like to move our HRA to a different third party administrator. Right now the costs seem about the same. They've even said that they could match our cost if I could send them what we're currently paying. So that's something that maybe I'd like you guys to consider as well. If we do that and things go well with the HRA moving, then I'd also wanna move the FSA from Sharp Snyder at the end of the year, cause it's still on a calendar year to match up with people's taxes. So I would wanna move that as well to this other customer. And they're out of Lexington. They were a small company, but now they're a pretty large company. They've been doing this for years. I've worked with them in the past and they've been great. So that's kind of the three things that I have.
You only got 14 people getting insurance?
Yes, well, we only have 17 employees and 2 of us aren't eligible.
Oh.
And so only one person who's eligible is
Is that
not
account sewer
taking
too?
it.
I thought there was.
Sewer and
Sewer doesn't
operations,
have
man.
I thought there was more than that. I thought there's 7 over there and 10 out there or whatever.
Oh, 17, yeah.
Yeah, 17.
Okay, well, okay.
So,
Okay, first off, I guess we need a motion authorizing Ashley to renew the health insurance policy.
so move.
But you don't want to, you want to get some other insurance company.
No,
The
she-
No,
health-
no,
the
that's-
health
we'll get to that.
Plan,
Yeah, okay.
yeah, I just wanna.
The health plan, keep it with, Kentucky League of Cities.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll second the renewal.
Andrea seconds the renewal. Any other discussion on the renewal? All in favor, raise your hand. Any opposed, like sign, motion carries. Next would be authorizing Ashley to switch the, was it FS,
Third party administrator of the health reimbursement arrangement.
HRA?
And the FSA together.
Well, the FSA won't come till the end of the year, so we'll take care of that one at that time. So is there a motion authorizing Ashley to switch the account?
I'll make that motion.
As long as the rates are compatible.
Right, as long as.
Yeah, as long as rates are compatible. You second that, Roger?
Yeah.
Okay, any other discussion on that? Hearing none, we'll vote. All those in favor, raise your hand. Opposed, like sign, motion carries.
Sorry, who made that motion and who?
I made-
Brian made the motion and Roger seconded.
We were gonna talk about the bond the other day.
Yeah, after the last meeting, we talked about the crime we renewed the, commercial insurance policy. And we talked about increasing the crime limit. So 2 years ago, we had 50,000 and last year we increased it to 75. You guys had asked what the, cost would be to increase that either to 100,000 or quite a bit more than that. Jeremy gave me a quote of 500,000 with a $2,500 deductible for a little over $1,000. It's $1,061.80. Currently, we're paying $780.51 just for this 75,000.
So you're saying we go up to
500,000.
for $400 more?
Right. Yes.
Is that $1,000 on top of the 7?
No, annual premium is $1,061.80.
So we could go from there That's $500,000 for
$400. Yeah, from 75 to 500 for $400.
Yeah, so the total, I mean, unless I'm, and Bill, you might, just to double check, but here's our current, like, forgery or alteration, theft, disappearance and destruction, inside or outside, public employee dishonesty, which is, they have the different forms, and then money orders and counterfeit paper currency coverage. So right now we have a $75,000 limit on all of those. Our deductible is $375 right now, so that's a difference.
So with a 25,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's. Which they.
But I would doubt that we are gonna make a claim on the I don't know, I guess it would depend on how much loss we had, but I don't know that we would make a claim unless it was a super large amount on that $375 deductible anyway. So, I mean, you're welcome to look at those if you want.
Sounds like.
That's what we have currently, and the next sheet is his quote.
And this is blanket that covers, is it a name or is it blanket?
No, so that's the blanket one. We also have a named position bond for Paul, Amy, myself, and Naomi. And it's $250,000 in addition to that.
It's a $2,500, not $25,000.
Did I say 25,000?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it's a
That's a
500,000
no-brainer. Yeah.
for 2,500, yeah, sorry.
Well, I thought you said that. Yeah, I think it's more.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it really don't make sense.
Yeah, well, it tells that 99% of the claims are not 500,000, very small
Yeah.
claims, yeah. So I move we do that.
Okay, Bill makes a motion that we take out the $500,000 coverage. Is there a second?
One second.
Ryan seconds it. Any other discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All those in favor, raise your hand. Any opposed, like sign, motion carries.
It's been a good move to go, the League of Cities had it, just overall.
Yeah.
Kentucky League of Cities is awesome.
They have a lot of resources that we started tapping into too, outside of the insurance.
I think we feel the same about that. They're pretty awesome with everything they do. They're good at what they do.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, we've already had the discussion on the KRWA project analysis.
Can I ask about that KRWA? If they say that no, they're not gonna lower the price or what, I mean, what, do you want me to go ahead and pay $2,500 to have them do that, or what? Tell them to
I'll
kick
just tell you
rocks?
how I feel about it. We've been out, what, well over $100,000 right now, is what I've been told,
Probably,
through
yeah,
this project.
I-
And now we're down to worrying about an extra $1,000 to get figures in line with what they should be.
Mhm.
I know 20, that's, you know,
Well, it's going from what we had paid and then
yeah.
being told that just real easy.
Real
make
easy
these
to fix.
changes.
Oh, I
Yeah.
think,
And now
I
I think
understand.
it's, I think it's totally ridiculous
Yeah.
that that's what it costs,
Yeah.
but I think that it's something that we need.
Well, that's how I feel too. We're gonna have to have that
And I'll
analysis.
try to get
If
it
it costs
down.
us 1,500, if it
I'll
costs us
absolutely try to get it
2,500.
down to whatever.
I mean, that's my thing, is that, or you go ahead and say, look, I wanna approve to pay this much, we'll write you a check now, but the next meeting, they know why it is. Typically, if somebody owes me money, I'm gonna do whatever I can to collect that money, you know, if it's $400 or whatever it is, it's actually the principle of it.
Right.
I guess you got a new guy having to look at it, familiarize himself with it, I don't know why.
Well, he ain't been friendly the
I
whole
don't
way.
either.
Yeah.
You know.
But I do agree we need it, so.
If he was nice to you and answered your calls, it'd be a different story too.
Yeah, technically, return calls, we're paying $4,000.
Well, if that's the case, we probably need a motion authorizing Paul to go up to 2,500
instead of
And-
2,000.
instead of
negotiate with
2,000.
Yeah, I'll definitely negotiate with him.
I'll put
but-
that in the form of a motion.
Okay, you getting that, Ashley? Is there a second to that motion? Andrea seconds it. Any other
This
discussion?
is the one that's the 2,500 or
Yeah,
something like
but
that.
they had already
Yeah.
approved for
Okay.
2,000.
We approved 2,000, we boost that to 2,500.
And I'd like to say, we're gonna put it
For
50.
the alternative rate analysis.
Yeah. Any other discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All those in favor, raise your hand. Opposed, like sign, motion carries.
June 25th. Why does there seem like that's a big day for something?
Yeah, I may be out of town that day.
What is that? It seemed like something else. What is June 25th?
Vacations getting up.
It's a Friday this year. June 19th, can do it on that day.
No, we're closed.
Juneteenth.
You're okay with that.
No water on the 19th, folks.
26. That 1, 2, 3, that's the fourth.
Well, we might have trouble getting the financial report. What about the 18th? That's the third Thursday instead of the fourth one.
Right, we could get the financial report by the 18th, so
Can you?
18th or the 25th should be fine, it just,
Was
you
the
can't
18th
get
look
it
like
any
we were-
earlier than the 15th usually.
Yeah,
15th is fine for me.
Roger, Ryan 18th.
I never go anywhere, so yeah.
When is Tom coming back?
Tom and I will both be back on the 13th.
Oh, okay. I mean,
I'm fine with both of them, but like I said, I just,
Yeah, you're there.
18th, okay? Let's go for the 18th and we'll try to get the sewer maybe at the
Okay.
same time.
Oh.
I got banana ball tickets.
what's that?
So I got banana ball tickets on the link.
Did you really?
I did. I got
They're hard to
one.
get, aren't they?
Did you
The
get,
lottery.
how'd you get the lottery?
Yeah,
How much you take it, $40?
for $40, $3.
About here's all you can eat and all, everything.
I know. And then we have saving receipts from the game in Lexington, but that's the Indianapolis.
Are you
final.
kidding me?
That's not the bananas.
Gentry ones.
What'd you win? I missed the first part.
Banana ball.
tickets.
That's
Oh,
all
it's
bananas.
incredible.
Banana
It's impossible to
So
get
we have
tickets
bananas.
to see.
Yep.
Or if you catch the ball in the outfit, or in the stands, you catch it and you're out, and all kinds of crazy things they play.
Foul balls are-
Okay, let's end this thing if we can. Does
All right,
anybody
make a
have
motion.
anything else that you brought to the board this time?
I thought that we were going to get the copy of the response letter to Jay's letter.
It's available on the PSC website, I assume. I have not seen it personally, but it should be available on the PSC website.
Okay,
I have not personally checked that,
This is the letter that
but it should
The
be.
letter that.
Tom
Is he
prepared.
have to make a request in writing?
But you can usually print stuff straight
Yeah, you
off
can
of
get
the-
right off the website. You
Yeah,
just
right
go
on
under
PSC
the,
website.
you just get under that case and it should have all the entries.
Mhm.
And it's been long enough now, it should definitely be up.
Any other thing brought to the board? Hearing none, a motion is in order to adjourn.
I make it.
Brian makes a motion, is there a second?
Second.
Bill seconds it. All those in favor can get up and leave.
Lead up, lead.
Brian.
There you go.
Right.
bye-bye.
John Morris, he requested, he filled out the paperwork in November,